Hey guys, and welcome to the flip through of Winter Wonder. I've been working on this book for a while and I'm so happy with each and every page. I love how it's all come together and I can't wait to show you guys and share it with you. It's got a deep blue cover with little stars, or are they snowflakes, all happening. Got a little cute bird here and this sort of Christmassy wreath thing, but a winter wreath, and on the back we've got some more wreaths. And the back of the bird, actually some little snowflakes. So a very wintry book, which should hopefully warm the cockles of your heart as we roll into winter in the Northern Hemisphere. I, of course, will be looking at it to try and cool me down as summer comes in the Southern Hemisphere. But let's have a look through. This is the paperback version, and there is duplicates with a difference in the paperback version, and there are no duplicates in the hardcover version. And you can also buy this as a PDF download pack from rjhampson.com. So we have our book belongs to page, where we are revisiting that little bird from the cover. A little bit different to normal. A little bit of autumn leaves still dropping from the trees there. And we roll straight into our welcome page. Here's all our publishing details. Welcome to a wonderful, whimsical, wintry world. A little bit of alliteration there, guys. And as you can see, it's lots of fun. So yeah, we've got little rabbits asleep in here and then trees all around. All right, let's get straight into the pages. This is called First Snow. And I did do a preview of this on my sneak peek. But what I'm going to do is show you the second pages and the first pages together. So this is the second set in the paperback version, and it's duplicates with a difference. So what's happened on this page is not necessarily what's happening on that page. But anyway, here we go. This is First Snow, and we've got this little parade of creatures marching through the snow with snowflakes and this wonderful vine border, and then a little bit of a view, I guess. So it's not all dimensional. You've got a different sort of perspective view down here than you do up here, which I think is pretty cool. I think this page could be really fun to colour. Anyway, let's have a look at the duplicates with a difference version. We've got some more circles going around and some black backgrounds added. There's a moon, and I think a couple of little critters have shifted, moved. So yeah, there's always a difference. Sometimes there's a lot of difference, sometimes there's only a little bit of difference. And this is a page called A Warm Hearth. And I really just wanted this book to be really about getting warm, keeping everyone warm and snuggly, and sort of want the sort of feeling you get when you snuggle up in front of a fire with a hot cup of something in contemplation of opening presents in the morning. So here we have a warm hearth, which looks like it's ready for Christmas. Let's have a look at the duplicates version. There we go. In the duplicates version, you'll see that things have changed. There's a few different things that you can see outside the window. There's a cat, not a dog. I'm not going to show you all of the secrets. This one is one I think that you guys might love. It's called Window Seat. And there's this lovely round window with a fox sitting in it, with a fox baby. All sorts of things going on. And with the duplicates version, the scene's changed a little, but it's still fun. Lots of cakes and half-eaten cakes. Lost in the story. Well, here we have a little person reading a book late at night under the covers with a torch. And of course the story's coming alive around him. Lots of really fun little things. There's gnomes and mushrooms and little houses and dragons and pirates. All sorts. But let's flick through to the duplicates version, where there are different stories being read, maybe darker stories. There's a Pegasus on this page, whereas there's a dragon on that page. There's all lots of fun things. Well, this is called When Autumn Leaves Start to Fall. And we have this big, beautiful tree with our little rabbits and sort of an autumnal scene. We've got a little cowgirl who's fallen asleep in the boughs, as has the squirrel and the rabbits and the birds. This owl seems to be keeping an eye on things. And here we have a different version. There is no little girl. There's some bears instead of rabbits. Oh, a little bit of difference going on there. And here's one that I really love. It's called Gingerbread Town. And it's just this manic little town of gingerbread houses and gingerbread men. And they're all doing different things. This one's got a present. These ones are waking up them. I thought they were lollies, but maybe they're snails. There's biscuits and trees, and this guy seems to have lost his leg, but he's getting help. And my personal favourite is this one. He's soaking himself in the cup, oblivious to what may become of him if he stays in there too long. And of course, we've got a different version on this page, which has some changes. And this is called One Enchanted Evening. We have some very regal-looking, well-dressed mice who are dancing the night away in a fabulous palace. And let's see the version that's a little bit different. Same stage, different part of the dance. They're dancing through the night, people. Pumpkin spice latte. I'm going to colour this one in the November colour-alongs. And I'm really looking forward to it. All those little cats and the mice. Well, let's have a look at the duplicates with a difference version. The cats have moved on and the dogs have arrived. So if you're a cat person or a dog person, we've got you covered. Icecapades. Here's our little mouse with a frozen pond. And this is the same little mouse, but things have gone a little awry. And here we have a page called A Puddle Problem. So a little dragon. Sometimes I just can't resist drawing dragons. So here we've got a dragon for you guys to colour. And he's landed in the snow, and of course everything's melted. So he's a little bit disgruntled by the melting snow. He's created his own puddle. And I think this one can be fun. I've got these little piles of snow and this wonderful dragon and a tree above him. There's little tiny dragons sitting around him. And here we have the night version. A few little changes and a few differences, but I'll leave them for you to find and discover. A warm heart. Well, this is the wreath from the cover, but it's now framing a picture of this little bird house with a mother bird and all the little babies. Very sweet. And we have here a different version. This is a sleepier version. It's the night version with the black background. Different bird and different bird house. Cover, right, here we go. The Toy Maker. This is another one that I think is going to be awesome fun to colour. So many little things in the shelves. And like this wheeled horse and a little grumpy elf. The Toy Maker. A few things happening that weren't happening on the previous page. But there are lots of fun things to discover, lots of things to discover on that page. Sheep may safely graze. Well, here we have some sheep staring into the starry sky. Very sort of Christmas story vibe going on here. And I'm really, really fond of this border with the stars at the top and the cloud, and then we've got like a sun and clouds at the bottom, so it could be a really fun border. Here we have a similar scene, but it's a night scene. The black background's been added. Different sort of added sheep. Some added sheep. All right. Snow Elf Queen. So this isn't a Christmas book per se. It's a winter book. So lots of scenes of winter. A few little Christmas vibes going on, I guess. This is our Snow Elf Queen standing with her horse and this little dude in brambles in the snow. And there's a fairly nice looking palace there behind her. And I'm really loving this frame with the windows, sort of like that arches window, like Gothic window arches, creating the frame for the backdrop there. It could be fun to play with the colour. And this is just the Snow Queen. We've lost her elfness. So if you're not into elves, well, that's all right. You've got a Snow Queen. And here's another one which I am delighted to draw. And it's called Winter Market, and there are all these stalls selling wonderful things. We've got it's an ice cream selling squirrel with an eye patch, and these little rabbits are selling their cookies. We've got our sausage stand manned by these pigs. They've got cheap meat, and there's a guy out the back with a cleaver. And there are all sorts of things going on in here. I think that will be fun. Now, this is the Duplicates with a Difference version, and there are some different stands in there and some different characters. So lots of changes to observe. All right, Mr. Fogarty has made an appearance. We're very fond of Mr. Fogarty, and it's fun to see him obviously doing some shopping. It's called Shopping Spree, and he's dressed to the nines, as is his friend Snail, and they've made some purchases. And I don't know what they're looking at each other as if to say, what am I going to get him? What present will I get him? This is our Duplicates version, which is a different shop, different scene, different composition, similar elements. So whichever one takes your fancy, I guess you can go with that one. Mr. Fogarty, it's always a joy. Here we have Red Robin. And I was sort of imagining this would be like a stained glass window sort of vibe. The winter scene in the background. Some fun little astonished looking birds. And I do have a Duplicates version, which is simpler and will be much quicker to colour because the black background's already added for you, but no less fun. Surprise party. Well, here we have our little monster who's sad, celebrating his birthday on his own, but little does he know that a party is quickly encroaching upon his lonely cave. And if you're into monsters, this is a great page for you. And we do have some differences on this page. Lots of little fun things to discover. This is an interesting one. I've called it Rear Window. A bit tongue-in-cheek with that title. We've got our little cat who's just looking at stuff that's going on out the rear window. And if you look closely, you'll find there are some things going on which need observation. And we have a duplicate version which is completely different. Different cat, different scene. Same window. Well, the window's a bit different too. All right, Baby, It's Cold Outside. Of course, the border on this one is where the joy's at. There's so much fun to be had in that border. And we've got a little cute little house in the snow, looking warm and inviting. And this is our Duplicates version, which is a little scarier. And I've noticed that the little creatures in the border are now angry and fanged, whereas they were happy before. So I guess that depends what mood you're in as to which one you'll choose to colour. All right, here we have Unexpected Visitors. So we've got a little scene. It's an idyllic scene of a family around the hearth. They're all rugged up and having their pies and hot chocolates. And here we have some carolers knocking on the door. These carolers look happy enough. This one could be up to mischief. And the Duplicates version is even a little more sinister maybe, because we just have no carolers. We've got a Santa Claus who's arrived with gifts. Dreaming of a White Christmas. Well, we have our little sleeping elephant. And he's dreaming of his friends being stuck in a snow globe, who all, being African creatures, are quite confused by the snow. I've used these little critters in a couple of different yellows before. It's always fun to pull them out and put them in different scenarios. And here is our Duplicates version. A little bit different. But look at this little leopard. How cute's that? Kitchen Chaos. We have our little kitchen scene, and there's a mama bear cooking some, look like muffins, and all of these little creatures are helping out, even these rabbits under the table. They're helping out by eating messily. And here we have phase 2 of the story, where the mama bear's realising that she may need to bring in some parental supervision to the situation. All right. This one I think is lovely. It's called Very Important Delivery. There's a little girl stomping through the rain, posting a letter. It's got a little love heart on it. And of course, it's good weather for ducks and frogs. It'd be interesting to play with rain in the background and the sky on this one. And our duplicates version is just a continuation of the story. It's the mailman collecting the mail. So it's the beginning of a long journey for that letter. Hopefully it's a lovely story. And this is our final illustration. It's called Hurry Up Santa. We have Santa desperately wrapping a present. And in the background, everyone's waiting with a beautiful Christmas wreath. And I think that's Santa's factory in the background there. And we'll check out the alternate version of this. This is called Hurry Up Rudolph. And Rudolph seems to have forgotten that he's got duties and he's in some South Pacific resort relaxing with a glass of something bubbly. And that's where our illustrations end. There's a little bit more in the back here. We've got need more presents under your tree. This is where you can find out more. And my little request for you to leave a review if you like the book. Always helps. Reviews are everything really when it comes through. And there's all our other books in the series. So 5x4, 20 books. And then we've got 2 Awakes and 2 Tiny Tales. 2 Simple and Sweets and 2 Tiny Tales. So we're starting to get quite the collection. Well, I hope you enjoyed that quick flip through of Winter Wonder. As I said, it's a joyful book to have drawn, and I really enjoyed every page. And I think there's such a great variety of different illustrations that no matter what mood you're in, you'll find something that's going to fit for you to colour. Well, I hope you enjoyed that, guys, and I look forward to seeing your feedback. Let me know below what you think. Let me know what your favourite page is. Thanks so much, guys. No doubt I shall see you in another video, but for now I'm going to say goodbye. We'll see you later.